Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Can You Put Me on Guest List? I'm Katie Knight, and in this week's podcast, I will be chatting to Uli Wombacher, who is the director of one of Berlin's most prestigious nightclubs, Watergate. So for the first time ever since the club was forced to close in March due to the lockdown, Watergate are hosting a club night again, but this time it's virtually. The event that takes place on Friday the 10th of July will be streamed on a new online platform called YWO, which operates as more of a interactive space that brings the club experience to life in all its facets in a virtual way. So Watergate will be opening its 2 rooms plus terrace with a great lineup of DJs, live acts and Watergate residents who will all be playing for free, including Pampot, Adana Twins, Anja Schneider, Kristin Velvet, Yulia Niko and many more. You can join the event alone and meet new people, or you can invite your friends and have your own little private party of up to 5 people. You can even meet for a little get together in the toilets where voice chat is enabled. There's even a call the bouncer option, which allows clubbers to report any inappropriate behaviour. So they really have thought of everything here. But I'm going to let Uli tell you more. And if you would like to attend the event, then please find all of the information in the description below. And now here's the show. Uli, hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm excited to have you on the podcast and to find out a little bit more what you guys have been up to, because something big is coming up this week.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's been a lot of work and it's a big show, and I'm really looking forward to it.
How have you and your team found adapting your work to a virtual event instead of an actual physical event? How has that been for you?
Like 3 months ago, after the shutdown, we were in a kind of a devastated situation, and a friend of mine called me and introduced me to the idea to do like a club event, a live club event. And at the time, there was a lot of streams going on. Everyone was streaming from their living rooms, and we kind of both had the feeling it gets very easily a bit boring, you know. And this whole streaming thing totally focuses on the artist, and like each of us was like, after 50 minutes, half an hour, we were kind of bored, and treated this whole streaming thing more like a podcast. You were listening to it, but you were not like really paying attention anymore. So we thought, what is clubbing really about? What's the special thing about clubbing? And we sat together with the team, and we made a list. And obviously the music and the DJ is important, but also the guests, the consumer is important. The social behavior in the club is important. Going to the toilet, going on the terrace, being with friends, having a drink, hanging out with your loved ones. That's what clubbing is about. And no, people wouldn't hang out in clubs for 6 or 8 hours. It was just about the music, you know. So it's more to it. So the social element of clubbing is very important. That's what we thought. We try to create it more like a real clubbing experience. Make people actually visible. Make the consumer, the clubber himself, visible in the application. Make him like equal to the artist. Sometimes clubbers are equally important as the artist. Just think of people that dress up and that are very extrovert. This is what makes the club special, you know. The guests, you go to a club because there's good people and good music.
Exactly.
And maybe good sex and good drinks and whatever, you know. But it's not just the music.
Yeah, it's so true. I think at the beginning of lockdown, it was great to listen to these streams and watch your favorite DJ. But it did get very, very repetitive. I think everybody can agree with that. And it just makes you realize how important it is to have this human interaction and to experience different things and not just sit and watch someone.
Yeah, exactly. That was the same here, and I think all over the planet. And at some point, we all had seen DJ, whoever it is, as a living room, And not everyone has nice and interesting furniture, I can tell you.
That's so true. It's been really interesting seeing what people's houses look like.
Exactly. I've seen a few streams and I was like, wow, he's making millions and he's living in that shithole. It's not.
It's so true. So true.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the last few months have been extremely tough for everyone in one way or another. And I read that for Watergate, as for many, many other clubs, that the closure of the club due to the COVID-19 and the lockdown put you in a very, very difficult situation financially, as you still had to pay rent, staff bills. So you decided to launch supporter tickets. Now, one thing that I thought was just amazing to see was the love that people have for Watergate and just how people come together during such difficult times. Am I right in saying that in just a few days you had raised over 32,000 euros? Yeah,
that's correct. It was the situation was, as you described, very difficult. The mental state of myself and the team was disastrous. We were like in kind of a shock moment because we only just realized a week or 2 weeks after a shutdown that this situation is actually going to last longer than we all think. And my team convinced me to set up a fundraiser. Other clubs had done this as well, and they were kind of successful. And I was in the beginning feeling like a beggar or so, but we ended up doing it. And immediately the support was amazing. People actually spent a lot of money for future tickets, for T-shirts, for limited stuff that we offered, for lifetime entrance tickets. And we came up with kind of funny ideas, and we were running around the club looking for stuff that we could put on the fundraiser, and made life a bit more interesting again. Like you look through your photos, through the old recordings, and all this stuff. Somehow people seem to like it, and they spent a lot of money, and we ended up having 120,000 euros on the fundraiser.
Wow.
which is huge, which is a lot of money, and we're super grateful. I have to say that we're super grateful for the support. Otherwise, we wouldn't survive. We wouldn't be able to pay the rent to keep the team alive. And also, YWO is kind of coming from that situation. It's kind of a thank you to people. This is why the fee is donation based for YWO, but you can enter for €1, and this is only covering the costs, the streaming costs actually. So this is also a big thank you. Putting on an event, because this is what we do best. We put on events for people, and we've done successfully before, and we can still do. And I think it's a good sign from the club, from the team, to show we're still here, we're still doing stuff, we're still creative, and we want to all get through this mess.
Yeah. What does YWO stand for?
YWO stands for Yes, We're Open. Or Yes, We're Online. Or Yes, Watergate Online. But Yes, We're Open was the initial idea, and it is... I had the idea when when you walk into a store and it's either closed or it's Yes, We're Open. And I think it's an inviting message. Come in, buy something. Come in, consume, buy. Come in, and the shop is open. Yeah, we're there. And it's a positive message. And I thought a positive message after 3 months of isolation, 3 months of taking money, 3 months of struggling, a positive message is the best we can give.
So YWO is being launched for the first time with this first Watergate stream on Friday. Can you tell us a little bit about what people can actually experience on the platform?
Yes, of course. And we try to make it, as I said, as close to what a real clubbing experience is. We never get close to the real thing because we can't touch people through screens, but we're trying to be as close as possible. So you enter the experience. You have a screen where you can choose the floor where you want to go to. You can go to the main floor, the Watergate floor. You can go to the terrace. You can see the people that you are in the stream with. So when you're like a single user, you get assorted to like a list of other users, which you can like swipe around until you find the right ones that you want to party with. Or you can book your group ticket with your friends. So you have your own room where you're always with your friends, which is also on the main floor. If you meet people, you can tag them and put them on your buddy list, so you can always find them again. So let's say if there's like a 10K people on the platform and you see someone that you want to meet again, you just put them on your buddy list so you can always find them again. And the best option is obviously you can, since the music is loud like it is in a club, so the music is always going to be full on and you can chat through the normal chat function. But if you see someone that you want to have private chat with, like you do in the club when you go to the toilet, for example, you can go to the toilet, have a chat on the toilet with that person. You can exchange numbers, do nasty stuff. The toilet is totally unmonitored. It's super private. It's your space, So if you're on the toilet with something, everything is possible. Nothing has to be done. It's just, this is your private space. Just like in a club, you've got a private space, and the club is supposed to be like a safe space as well for people of any color or like sexual preference or whatever. It's. I want to keep it like it is in a real club. So we also built in a bouncer function. So any harassment, the bouncer. Our real bouncer, because the event is live, so we have our real bouncer here, and he's going to sit in the front of the club, and he's going to have like 2 computers, and he's going to be called Bouncer, and you will see he's the bouncer. If you're like a regular guest at Watergate, you will also recognize him because he is the actual bouncer, and he's going to walk around and he's going to pop into the watch groups and see if everything is going well. And if someone has some bad experience or experiences any harassment or anything, he can tell the bouncer. So there's going to be a button like call the bouncer. And when you call the bouncer, you tell him like you've been getting into trouble with someone, and he's going to solve that problem up to the point that he can also kick out people. Just, because we have to be careful in this kind of situation with when everyone is hiding behind a screen. We have to make sure this is not being misused. It's €1 entrance. I don't want it to happen, but we have to be aware there's also bad people around. So we're being careful. So we put the bouncer, and the bouncer is going to take care of this problem, if there is any. It's also a fun situation because it's funny when you're in a watch group and suddenly the bouncer is going to come in and you're going to be like, the bouncer.
You really have thought of everything, huh?
Yeah, a bit, yeah. I'm still thinking of like, to keep it as private as possible, I'm thinking of how to do the no photos rule, because there's no photos at Watergate usually. And we've been thinking of putting on a sign, I'm not sure if we're going to do it, but I think the message should be no screenshots on the dance floor, So people shouldn't misuse that, and ideally, people dress up and have a lot of fun on the platform, and they see friends, they meet friends, they enjoy good music. We got an amazing lineup. The people are actually playing live in the club. So it's a bit like, for me also, it feels a bit like doing my job again. So who have already arrived. They've been picked up from the airport. Adana Twins are coming in by train from Hamburg. Everyone, we're doing sound checks. It's just like real clubbing. It's just no people, but the team is here. And ideally, there's a lot of people attending online and having a good party with us.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody will have a great time. I think you mentioned at the beginning that the entrance fee was minimum €1 and then, well, you could pay either €1 or you could pay whatever you wanted to get in. Is that right?
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, it is €1 to cover the streaming costs. It's not the developing of the platform. That is all our own input. We're not putting this into any break even or so. But the €1 is the streaming costs that come up. And so if €1 is basically, it's not a lot of money for a club night of this format. If anyone wants to spend more, it's possible to spend 5, 10, 15, 100, whatever euros. But I want to make it accessible for everyone. So €1 is the minimum, and I think it's a fair price.
I hope nobody's asked you for guest list.
You won't believe it. We're still in techno business. There is guest list requests. There is.
No way.
No, well, people ask for guest list. People will always ask for guest list. I'm happy they can't ask for drink tickets now.
That's so true.
Drink, you have to pay yourself this time.
Sorry, I can't help you with that one. Tell us a little bit about the lineup and the reaction that you got from the artist or from their booking agents when you told them it was going to be a virtual event. What was their reaction like?
It's been different reactions, actually. Panpot, they were thinking in that direction already. They were open to this kind of project, and we had them at a very early stage. I called them and told them about the project, and they were very positive about this, and it didn't take long for them to confirm. Adana Twins, super eager to play, happy to do anything, and they're very supportive guys, super cool. Anja Schneider, she hadn't done any streaming before because she didn't believe in the classic form of streaming. So we invited her to the first beta test of this, and then she confirmed right after. So she was convinced, she was happy to do it. The residents here at Watergate, like Kristin, Biesmans, Minko, JAMIIE, Yulia Niko, obviously they're in because they're part of the family, and I'm pretty sure they like the idea. And they've all been beta testing this for some weeks now. Everybody been on the platform so far. Everyone's been happy about it. So I think everyone's really looking forward to it.
Can you see virtual clubbing as a thing of the future?
I can. The message must be, it will not and can never replace real clubbing and the physical contact with people. But it can be an option for people that cannot come to the club, that cannot get on a plane, are disabled, are like, we're talking to whole new audiences here now, people that cannot make it to Watergate. Before you had to get on a plane, you had to get through the door into the club. That's been hard already. Now look, when you think of Germany as being in this pandemic, having the situation of being relatively okay, even though we're shut down, there's countries that have a way worse a situation, and they might not be able to travel in the next year. And all those people might miss clubbing even more than we do. And we have an option now to have an international club night. It's always been very international because there's been a lot of international crowd here in Berlin. But I think you can't get more international than like you do on YWO now, because everyone from everywhere in the world can attend.
Yeah, and I guess as well, for people that have never had the opportunity to be able to actually go to Watergate before, then this is a great chance for them to be able to check it out. And then hopefully when things do start to pick up again and you guys can open, then they can actually come and see it for real.
Hopefully. You never know. I don't know where all this is going. I don't know when we can reopen. It's unfortunately, it looks like this is going to take a while still until we can reopen. But yeah, as you say, it's definitely tempting for people to come to Berlin afterwards because they've seen it. And we're going to make it a temptation for them. We're going to put on some extra visuals, some augmented reality in the club, changing things around, and we're trying everything to make it not boring.
I'm sure it will not be boring. Can I ask you how many tickets you've sold so far?
Of course not.
Sorry.
It's still in the process where there is a lot of people attending. We have also invited a lot of people to this, and I think it will be a lot. It will be a big crowd.
A big crowd. Yeah, it'll be so good. So exciting. I've been loving your Let's Continue campaign, in which you've been asking different artists about their favourite Watergate experience. So I wanted to know, what's one of your most memorable Watergate experiences, even though I'm sure that there's thousands of them?
Mine? Well, there's been millions. I mean, in the very early days, we started off with doing drum and bass parties. I come from a drum and bass background, and we were having this metalheads night with Fabio or with a Groove Rider and Goldie playing, and it was suddenly the speakers it was smelling as if there was some fire in the club, and we were already scared, and we were like, shit, it's burning somewhere. But the guys, they went so loud, they melted the tubes in the speaker. And the next day, the sound system was completely gone.
Oh my
just
God!
melted away.
No.
But there's also been like parties like the New Kids on Acid series. When we started this with Ricardo, with Zip, everyone's been playing there. We did like throughout the last 18 years, we did like 19 events with New Kids on Acid, one of the longest running party series, and also the longest running party we do here at Watergate, because it starts Saturday and ends Monday morning. Kind of a Berghainish thing, but we usually don't go that long. But New Kids on Acid parties, each party has been amazing. It's so much love, so much energy, and so much proof for what I said before. We are very social beings, we humans, We want to be together with others. We want to hug, kiss, talk. We want to do all this, So we want to be close to each other. And social or physical distancing is not something we're made for. Definitely not.
No, definitely not. We were talking about this before, how I don't really like the concept of social distancing. I preferred physical distancing, but even if you are physically distancing, yeah, it still takes the social part out of it.
Yeah, it does. It does. The physical distancing takes the social away, and this is what makes it so bad. This is why people are trespassing so much. This is not like people are not obeying to rules. People can actually obey to any rule. But this is one that they will not. And this is, you see it all the time. People like to be close. And 1.5 meters is not close, obviously.
Yeah, it's true.
A sad fact, but it's a fact. And I think we have to accept this. We're not made for being in distance.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you how long the event is going to go on for.
We're doing 4.5 hours. So we're starting 9 p.m. German time, Berlin. That's the CET. I think it's 8 in UK. I'm going to put something on the internet saying where in the individual time zones the event is going to start. But we're doing 4.5 hours. We're doing short sets. We're doing the lives 45 minutes, the DJ sets like an hour or so, because still online is different to real clubbing, and online you need to have things a bit more compressed. This is my opinion, and if it all turns out well, then we might go longer, But for the first time, 4.5 hours, very enjoyable, full of entertainment, full of fun, action, togetherness, and internet non-distancing.
Nice. A great way to sum it up. And finally, my last question for you is a question that I ask all of my guests, and it is, do you have a guest list rule?
Guest list rule. So for those that don't want to afford €1, well, the guest list rule is, as always, be nice, be well-behaved, be a cool person, passionate about music, passionate about life, enjoying togetherness. Then you're on the guest list. You're on my personal guest list then.
Yeah.
You are.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely take you up on that one day. Uli, thank you so much. It's been so lovely to talk to you. I've really enjoyed this chat, and I'm super excited for tomorrow. I'll be there.
Yeah. Will you need guests?
Well, now that you say it. No, at least you won't have any problems with capacity.
No, not at all. And people know. People will be like, okay, if it's 10,000, maybe I don't get in. No, you get in anytime. The server is now the limitation. The server capacities.
Oh, brilliant. Uli, thank you so much. And I'll see you on YWO.
Thank you so much.